Councillor, I want to ask you first, Councillor. I know you do your best to ask the Minister to reply to me in writing. I've never got it. I've raised it with you. I've raised it with Jack Chambers, the Governor Whip. Never got an answer. It's an insult to the people who elect me in Tipperary. And Kate Kest is, why are the HSE and the Department of Health not collating figures of people who have delayed diagnosis with cancer and misdiagnosis? There's 38,000 people waiting for colonoscopies alone. And there are many other diagnoses that have been delayed. Why are we not, what are we hiding? And my second question is about the AstraZeneca vaccine. In March, student nurses were told they were forced to have to take it. Taoiseach stood there and said they have to take it or their careers will be forfeited. In April, they were told that it wasn't safe for them. That they should take it. March wasn't safe for them. February. It wasn't safe for young people. March, they were told they had to take it or their careers would be forfeited. And now, in April, we see it's only over 60s. What about the nurses who have been forced to take this? How are you going to compensate them, or how are you going to give them any sense of fair play or respect? I also want to ask the Minister about the churches. Taoiseach Martin was meeting the church leaders last Thursday, and the same day you were signing into law penal sanctions against priests to say Mass or hear confessions or go to Mass or whatever else outside. What have you got against the Church, and the Catholic faith especially, or the Christian faith? What have you got against it? It's time that you answer the question and told us. I also want to know about United Arab UAE as well. I have many teachers wanting to go home. They are vaccinated and they have been tested numerous times. And why should they be quarantined? That question has been also asked. And as I said, Minister Butler and Minister Donnelly, when are you going to meet with Councillor Kieran Burke and the Action Committee, which you committed to meeting with, to save St Bridget's Hospital in Carrick-on-Suir, a wonderful facility which you shamefully closed down? Especially Minister Butler, it's a shame on you. Up the road from your own patients, your own families using it, and you close it down and you turn your back on the people and won't meet them.
Mattie McGrath, it's not for today's discussion, please.
Well, it is, because it's being used as COVID centre and then just unceremoniously closed down, so it is very much so.
All right. Yes, Minister, very briefly, please.
Deputy McGrath has come in here week after week after week and made contributions like he has just made. Now, he's just said several things which are verifiably false, and importantly so. He has stated some quite outrageous things, like the Taoiseach...
The reply in writing, and he can refute it. Why won't he put it in writing, the answer?
No, let's not have an argument.
No, I'm serious. I've never got an answer from him.
Can we hear the Minister and then we'll see how we progress?
The Deputy has just stated some really dangerous things, like healthcare workers are being forced to take vaccines. The problem is, Ceann Comhairle, this is a questions and answers session. And the Deputy comes in here every week, and every single week, just like this, he has said a lot of things, many of them false, several of them dangerous. He's never...
I ask questions for answers. I don't get answers from you.
Yeah, wait now, please.
No, can't call it fair. I ask questions. I didn't say things, I asked questions.
Yeah, well, yes. Can we hear the Minister?
He has never once, just as this week, he's never once left time for me to answer or address anything he said. And can I just say, the protocol in this session is not that Deputy McGrath stands up, makes a list of false claims, and then gets responses in writing from me. It's a questions and answers session. If the Deputy wants answers, I'm here, but he does have to leave time for me to correct a lot of the dangerous and false things that he continues to say every week.
And a point of clarification, Councillor, I'm on the Business Committee. I understand quite clearly that we can choose to use our time for questions and written answers. That is the part of the protocol. So Minister Donnelly is telling lies to the House, as he did about the churches here some months ago. Is that the formula? We can ask questions and ask written replies if there's not time. Is that right or wrong?
Okay, I'll try and bring some clarity to this, and it'd be better if we didn't, any of us, start accusing each other of acting inappropriately. My understanding, for everybody's benefit, is that yes, this is questions and answer session. Yes, it is desirable that those asking the questions leave time for the questions to be answered. But in circumstances where people have more questions than they have time available to them, it is and has been my understanding that a member might indicate that they would be happy to have a response in writing. In respect of Deputy McGrath, he has raised this repeatedly at Business Committee, and it seems as though we'll have to resolve the communications difficulty at that level because it hasn't been resolved to date.